up on the 25.
Alright, I should be back. Hopefully everyone's hearing me okay. Get started here in just a second. I had a little Windows issue.
Sí, nomás a mí, mira, nosotros tres. Me queda en la chingadera. Pinche morrita, estaban buenas carnes, güey. Sí, que le ibas a dar marcas, güey, pero pues no agarraste el hilo.
Unavailable number just called me when I answered it. Had music playing in the background, like elevator music, and it said, "Dear Verizon."
Now we move forward.
Somebody call them. Say hello, they play that little button and then unmute it, and then, yeah, it's somebody, far that we know that just
Doesn't sound like an old radio to me.
Alright, just checking here. Everyone hearing me okay?
No mames. I guess the taco truck's still running. Yeah, pretty sick thing.
Copy that, GSW, thank you. Just, I made a bunch of changes.
El juego es el Pac-Man, o cómo se llama ese, la que decía que se van comiendo los puntos. Somebody's waiting for his Jesus to warm up. Yeah, okay, babe. I think I'm gonna miss the old Ranger.
I think there's lots going.
Boy, you'll probably have it back in a couple months. Oh, that could be. Thank you.
Alright, I need to get my lab coat on for proper radio operation. Stand by.
Well, I got a chicken pot pie with extra peas and corn tonight. You say it's cooking? No, I ate it.
true story.
Found at the Boston market once was the best. Not bad, they're not that expensive. They're better than Marie Colander. Anything special,
Birdman radio. Except for this one time at band camp. Birdman radio man, Birdman radio man, come in.
Birdman, I attempt to answer you, but Screwdriver keeps keying up.
Come on, Mr. Birdman.
Birdman, I was attempting to answer you, but Screwdriver kept keying up.
I said, did you say something? Birdman radio man, come in.
Yes, go ahead, Birdman. Go ahead, Birdman. I guess Birdman ain't hearing me. I guess I gotta switch to a different antenna.
Thinking he's not hearing much.
What are you doing up there? Running 10 watts?
Well, if Fix-It's not on, I can use the other antenna. He'll start squealing if I use the other antenna.
Well, so won't 8 other people that can't hear you, but that's okay.
Well, right now I only account for about 4. So, and right now we can confirm one of them can't hear me. So.
Yeah, but he can't hear me either, so that's on him. 4. Holy crap, who did I miss?
Birdman can't hear you?
Oh, Birdman can't hear me, I guess.
Jesus Christ, Wingnut, come out of the bathroom.
What are you talking about?
Horrible.
Copy that, rally point 917. I haven't paid attention where I'm hearing the skip from yet.
Steve was on here a little while.
Can't tell if my crap's actually working or not.
Birdman, we're answering you if you're listening in the chat. About that rally point 917, rally point 917. How about that rally point 917 SoCal? You copy?
I think he's making up some doctor now. The next channel down, and the channel after that.
Yeah, that's some bad sloppage.
Yeah, 7:30, ¿no? Bienvenidos a las 5:30 de allá.
Hey, rally point, I'm hearing a lot of Spanish, but I can't tell where they're from. So I'm definitely hearing out west, I would assume. At least the southwest.
Órale, yo pensé que 5:30, güey. Sí, no, es okay.
Radio man to Birdman. Radio man to Birdman. Come in. Birdman. Time to roost.
Bill McCracken here, Bill McCracken. Come in, come in.
Covey leader, this is Raven. Covey leader, this is Raven.
I heard that Phil McCracken. I heard that Phil McCracken.
All kinds of activity in here.
Phil McCracken here, Phil McCracken here. Come on in, come on in. What's going on, Mr. Rascal?
Sound clear, Tom, about to crack his ass.
You friggin' ran Wingnut right off the channel and you made fun of his echo.
Hey, you were the first one to mention it.
I was just making sure you were gonna mention it. I demand equality on this channel.
Yeah, I'm trying to run the old Yezu right now, but I think maybe you're the only one that can hear me.
I mean, if you want echo, we can really get some echo.
Heard in Portland.
I can hear that old Yezu, Bob. No 10-4, Rascal. I tried yelling, but you didn't hear me. But, yes, just running the old Yezu and...
We got some donuts. Thompson's Orchard in Gloucester. A bit of apple cider.
He gets so good. I'm supposed to be doing some work here on the Super Scanner box so I can play after.
Did you get your Super Scanner hooked up?
Yeah, I was using it a little bit there yesterday or the day before, whatever the hell it was. I got some LED lights in it that are out, so I just wanted to replace them, so I tore the box apart and I'm getting ready to solder some new LEDs in right now, and I don't know, my LED clips, some were too big, so I just had to go find something different that I can hopefully use.
That actually has LEDs?
Somebody replaced one with LEDs in it. No, they were originally wheat lamps.
Boy, that's a classy looking control box.
Hell yeah, it is. You wait, I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, and it's gonna be, well, it's gonna be what it is, but it'll be there. So what do you think of it, Bob? Did it work all right, or what? Did it work as good as that 4,000 antenna you took down? No. So far, I still think the Vector had it beat, which is what I expected. All I've run it in is Omni, though. I know the directors work because I did change them. I was fucking around. I haven't had any time. I'm hoping within the next half hour or 45 minutes to get this box back together and go back to the other radio and try it. Roger, that'd be cool. I'm kind of curious, too. I know T-Bone back in the day down there, he had one, and his worked pretty good. Tell you, it's definitely not as impressive looking on that little tower. You know, most antennas go up 20 feet. Well, this thing, because it goes up and down 9 feet, it does not look high at all. It's pretty horrible. I feel like I can reach out and grab it off my back porch, which I'm pretty close. I mean, it's probably 10 feet above my back porch, but it's pretty close.
Remember, it's not all in the size, though.
You're not wrong. Alright, before I go back to work, and how's this old 101 sounding? It's just, yeah, it is what it is.
Sounds amazing.
Amazing. My D104 on the old 101 EE. Yeah, now if you just turn the amp on with it, it would sound even more amazing. Well, I do have an amp on, but I don't even have a meter in line. And this is my lowest antenna that I'm on right now. I got an amp on. I can try turning the carrier up some. Yeah, that's probably... I have no idea what it's doing for power, but that's something. Yeah, it sure is. You went from like a 4 to almost a 7. When we get there. Roger. Yeah, looks like it's quite a bit out on the radio. I don't need to drive that. I don't like driving the old tube amp that's hooked up to it very hard because I don't want to replace the tubes. They're mismatched tubes as it is. Is it what amp is it? Is it like the 2100 or? Yeah, it's the FLDX 2000. So it's not exactly a match for their set, but it is a period correct Yezu amp. You know, the FLDX, got the bands in it, but it doesn't have the same look. I think it more matches the maybe the 102 series. Oh yeah. Does it have the cord that plugs right into the back of the radio, or do you hook it up through the coax? How does that one work? Well, you got your coax hooked up, but you also got your cord hooked up that goes to the radio to tell it to key up and all that stuff.
Is that all that wire? I've never had one. Is that all that wire does is key it up?
There might be something with the ALC that comes back. I'm not sure if there's a negative ALC voltage on this radio or not.
Yeah, no doubt. One of these days in the future, I'd love to have one of those again. Those are nice talking old radios.
Yeah, the receive's not the greatest on this thing. It's okay. It could use a good going through. And luckily, they're actually pretty easy to go through as far as tuning them up. Everything's documented online. Really, all you need is a voltmeter for most of it. They made it fairly simple, but I just had the fucking 6 hours that I wanted to go through it and do it.
Right. There's an adjustment in the back of it too, if I remember correctly. Isn't like a biased adjustment or something?
Yeah, there's a few adjustments in the back. Yeah, I said I haven't played with this one much. I've had it for years. I pulled the plastic off it. The plastic was starting to get pretty bubbly underneath it, so it did have the plastic on it. Pulled it off. I got the matching free counter and the monitor scope with the oscilloscope on it, and I don't have an external speaker though. I kind of wanted, I've always had a landliner box with them all, and I do not on this one. But I actually have the matching original Yaesu desk mic, and yeah, it's not a bad rig. I don't use it often. I have no problem getting rid of this, trading it for something else, but occasionally I do use it, just like now.
Yep, sounds good. Definitely.
Alright, I'm going to start putting my LEDs in. I'll be back. I'm going to see if I can shock myself or get some smoke out of this. I think I'll turn my camera so people can see me be stupid.
Rascal, what's going on?
Hello.
Or Dick Hurts, whatever you're going by.
Well, it don't even matter, So how do you like your antenna so far, radio man?
Yeah, I like it. Making some adjustments here. Hold on a second. Yep, I like it. No complaints so far. It tuned in good. Trying to think what else I could say. Yeah, it tuned good. There's a couple things that I wasn't thrilled about on it, but nothing that it was a deal breaker. There was a couple things when I was assembling, I'm like, meh. The way you tension the spreader arms, I wasn't thrilled about it, but it not a deal breaker. Trying to think what else. Time will tell, I guess. I was kind of everything else, the build quality and everything, and how it comes in, how you put it together, ease of assembly, all that stuff. I'm yeah, okay. Like I said, there was just a couple things that I kind of was this could be better, but I wouldn't say it'd be a deal breaker, and it could easily be re-engineered for short money, anybody could do with a trip to the hardware store. I don't know. How's that for an answer? Jesus Christ, I just poured my heart out. Fix it, I'm barely hearing you.
I am barely hearing you guys. I can hear you, but barely.
Well, let's get a roll call. Who's in here right now?
Well, you're on your feet, so that's why you barely hear it.
No, I'm on the Omni right now. Who is that? I can't tell who it is.
Dick Hurts from Holden.
All right, we got Dick Hertz from Holden. Who else we got in here? Okay, we got Fix It in Oxford, who's more piss weak than usual. Who else?
I think you already know I'm in here.
Okay, we got Wingnut. I'm just trying to get a handle. I'm not taking a check-in. I'm just trying to get a handle who's in here. Anyone else?
Breaker.
Go ahead, Breaker.
Well, you got the Birdman over here. Who we got there?
You got Radio Man here. How you doing?
Hey, Radio Man. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, we're gonna do something here. I was trying to get like a tally who was in here. So hold on. Oh, Shizen. Trying to do two things at once, and my brain's not working. All right.
That's 10-4. I can relate.
Hello. Any better? Fix it. Yes, beep, beep, beep. Yeah, okay. Fix it. Okay. Rascal.
I still hear you fine.
Yeah. Hey, fix it. Okay. Birdman.
10-4. Copy.
Okay, so fix it's just being fix it. All right. Who's beep, beep, beep? Use your voice. Use your words.
I do not have a Roger beep on my radio. Birdman said that.
All right. Well, beep, beep, beep. How about you, Rascal? Rascal. All right. Wingnut.
Yeah.
All right. We seem to be having testicular difficulties tonight.
Well, you getting a good copy on me, or?
Yeah, you're just like, you're just really loud. Like, you're bananas loud.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I didn't know if you realized that.
Yeah, Screwdriver, you're cranking.
No, I just can't tell if I'm having problems or what's going on. Like, Fix-It's not answering me. Rascal's not answering me. But Birdman's hearing me, and he's just as far as away, so I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, man, I got a good copy on you out here, Radio Man. They went to the bathroom or something.
I assumed you just heard Birdman, right?
Yep, I'm hearing Birdman, and I'm hearing Wingnut, no problem, but Fix-It and Rascal just went radio silent.
Yeah, that happened to me like 5 minutes before you keyed up too, so I think other people are having issues also.
Yeah, Rascal asked me about the antenna, and I gave him a pretty well thought out answer, and nothing. Poured my heart rate out. So Wingnut, what are you running tonight? That you're so so loud.
You know, on the, with a mixer and whatever, I just got it turned up a little.
Oh, okay. No, you were like, yeah, I know. I was like, okay. You're just like louder than normal, so I didn't know what you were running for a radio.
Nope, the same thing, the 95.
Yeah, it's like to the verge of squealing. It's so loud.
I think it's super loud.
Well, I don't know who all these people are that are telling you it's super loud, but they're not wrong.
Fix it.
Sucks.
No fix it tonight?
He was in there earlier. Rascal. I just heard Rascal. Rascal.
¿Nos vamos derecho o vas a armar el 2401?
Vamos derecho, ¿no, güey? Se me hace más, así, más tirada, ¿no?
Vamos derecho, tío, vamos a calarle.
Say what?
Yeah, that's right. Yep, I hear you, Fix It. I've been answering you.
Yeah, maybe it's on your end.
Yeah, it's old radio night. You grab some old radios and you try them.
Well, I mean, Radio Man's been yelling for you.
Hey, this is Birdman. How's my audio now? I had my mic gain turned down. I just turned it up.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Hello?
Well, it's nice to hear other people are trying to use an old radio just for the hell of it.
TJ Radio Man, I think I'm having the same problems you were.
What, you're having USB problems?
USB or just people can't hear me. No, how does this thing sound right now?
Yeah, it sounded good. I mean, I've been hearing you right along.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I just made a couple adjustments and I just wanted to make sure it wasn't sounding bad. I don't know who that is, but I can hear him too.
I don't know if you heard that, but Fix It said, I don't know who that is, but I can hear him too, so I assume he's talking about you, Birdman.
10-4, yep. I'm running my little 2970 N2 right now.
About that rascal. Hey, Rascal, you got a copy on Radio Man? Well, the hell with this.
Were you running anything different tonight or what? I don't think it's you, because I yelled fucking 10 times and nobody seems to be answering me back either.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, if it's just conditions or what the hell's going on tonight. I guess it's just conditions.
That's what I'm going with. What are you running? Just your normal setup?
Yeah, normal setup. The only thing I changed was a little bit on the live stream setup, but nothing on the radio.
Yeah, I think people are just sucking.
Audio. Yep, everything looks good.
Hear you over here just fine.
Well, who's that says they can hear me just fine?
7 in Chelsea with a wave.
Good evening to 7 in Chelsea. How are you, good sir?
Anything can go wrong will go wrong, you know. Been my week.
One of them weeks, huh?
One of them months, yup, 10-4.
Well, you know, when it rains, it pours.
Boy, it sure does.
Well, Screwdriver, I'm going to go with the Rascal and Fix-It situation because you got 7 answering me. We got Birdman out there. I think it's just those two.
Oh, I concur.
Pascal's playing with his Kenny doll.
Oh, no. He's not putting holes in it, is he?
yeah.
Where the frig's Hawkeye been?
Yellow.
Yellow?
What's going on?
What's going on with you?
This is old radio night, man. We have to fire up an old piece of shit. Yeah.
10-4 on the old piece of shit. That's what I'm talking about.
Great.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're right.
Oh, yeah.
You know someone like that.
That don't make her a bad girl.
Right, that just might make her a good girl.
There we go, Wingnut. How's that?
Good evening, Fix-It. Still got the laugh at it going, man, and ain't smoked yet.
No? Nice. What are you running?
A Lafayette Hot Balls 640.
Oh, fucking right. I like it. Sounds like you actually left that one completely stock.
I did. I didn't fuck with it yet.
Nice, because you usually wanted to try to make them oldies sound really good, but I kind of like that. I appreciate that. That sounds good right there.
No, I am not. I am not pulling its pants down. It worked. Leave it alone.
You probably pulled it out of a 5-gallon bucket of water anyway.
No, actually, I bought it for $2.
Holy big spender.
The old Lafayette. So what's been going on with you, Wingnut?
Don't you mean lug nut?
Not.
Yeah, wrong nut.
Well, it's understandable. We got a few nuts on this channel.
Somebody holler for Wingnut.
Left nut?
Yeah. God damn it, I'm confused. Lugnut, how you been?
Testicling. Count them 1 and a 2. We cover both nuts now. I'm okay, man. How about yourself?
All right, and good evening to Greg. I heard Greg over in Portland, too.
Left nut tonight.
I can hear you.
I don't know as if Fix-It's working. I think he's getting out. I think he's transmitting, but I don't think he's receiving shit, because he keeps making comments, but he doesn't answer anything back.
I can just barely hear Fix-It here.
Well, 10 people have answered back to you, and you haven't heard any of them, or you haven't replied.
Alright, so what's your POS for the night? You said old radio. That's 2950, considered a classic now? Really? I did not know that.
I mean, to me, it's a new radio, but it has been out for many, many years.
Depends on how far it drifts.
All right, I'm going to have some donuts here. I'll be right back.
1, ¿me escucha, Iván?
How far is it supposed to drift?
Ivan. Can you hear me?
Sí, señor. Sí, señor. Sí, señor.
This truck stop right up here. Alright.
Yeah, you did.
Copy.
We get all sorts of cool buttons here. Tone, ooh, baby. Local distance. Is that like a linear built in?
Don't forget to push local if you're talking to me.
Made it up there as soon as I is.
Right, there should be a middle spot on that switch.
Man, I wish I knew how to speak Spanish.
I know the lads tonight, they're booming in.
I know what it is. They're just bleeding over from Channel 9.
I hear nothing.
Really? Man, some of them are cranking.
You gotta have one of these switches, man. It says local and distant.
I don't think it's bleeding per se. I think that I was just trying to make a joke. But yeah, they're usually over on Channel 9 mostly.
I'm serious.
That's like in the old days of computers. Like, I had an old 386 computer and it had a turbo button on it. It didn't do anything. I'm pretty sure it was just a button connected to nothing.
Right, probably just connected to a light.
No, it reduces the receive. Instead of putting RF gain in, they were probably cheap back in the day.
Yeah, I had a Lafayette Comstat that had the local and the DX button. It was like, holy moly, hold on to your tits when you engage the DX button. Shit was going down.
Yeah, it makes it receive normal.
What is normal?
I think I've been asking myself that question for the past 40 years.
Probably 20. This is a Mirage 2950 TX.
Alright, so if you go past,
Well, it must be fucked up. It's beeping.
coming at us.
Maybe I didn't punch it right off yet.
Hey, Greg, is Jim in there tonight? Or is he watching The Price is Right?
I don't know. You there?
I like The Price is Right.
He was on earlier.
Oh, dear.
When are you going to Deerfield, Thursday?
No, Friday morning.
Thought you were one of those guys that went and camped out Thursday night.
No, I'll go there first thing Friday morning. Hey, do you still need the crimper? You asked if I had one of those crimpers for like an RJ6 or an RJ45.
I'll tell you what, if I can find the mic, I'll give it to you on Friday.
10-4. I'm sure Lugnut's going. With his little red wagon.
Yep, me and my little red wagon will be there.
Who's got a red wagon?
I do.
Boy, your voice sounds familiar.
I have a little red wagon I drag around Deerfield, man. Because my back hurts from picking up all these freaking old radios.
Is this Brian?
Yeah.
Jim, we're bringing them all over to the dark side. I meant to say Greg.
I know Brian.
Yes, you know me.
We were just talking about you the other day.
Oh, really?
I can't remember who with, but something about old girlfriends and I don't know what.
Well, at least you remembered me.
Beautician, as I remember.
Beautician, Laura.
You had to reach into the Rolodex.
Page 33 of the little black book.
No, I remember.
I think that was the last move that Chrome Dome said he'd ever do with you.
That wasn't Laura, that was Linda.
All I know is Chrome Dome still talks about that. I will never help him move again.
Tell him his radio's broken. It's got a whine to it. Next time he says that, say your radio's whining.
Yeah, I thought maybe I'd hear him on, but he must be busy.
He can't hear you behind the hill.
I've talked to him before. Why, is he actually listening right now?
No idea.
Oh, well, the way you said he can't hear you, I thought maybe you had breaking news.
No, he can't hear shit over there in Cornholia.
Oh, I've talked to him from over here on sideband.
Yeah, we might find it a little different on AM. I'm sure you can do it on sideband. He took my old Collins and put it on 11 meters.
I mean, I should be able, like, I just flipped over to the quad and pointed it at you. That should give a few more dBs.
Not really. Been S9, wherever it was before.
Okay, what's it right now? 1, 2, 1, 2.
S9.
Wow. I think your S meter's rigged because you go from like an S5 to an S9.
Well, I must not be putting out the power that you're putting out.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell when I flip over, so I'm guessing I must have it pointed pretty close to you.
I got a preamp too, so I'd have to turn the preamp off to be a judge. Maybe that's just what it is.
All the power.
Just like Screwdriver, you're running a series of cascaded preamps.
I'm not on this thing tonight. Last time I ran preamps on this thing, I fucking blew them up.
No, I have a cascaded one. I just have one that I can stick in line to make the thing actually receive. It's only like 6 dB.
Oh, sometimes I'll run 2 just because it's fun.
Yeah, I know Greg down in Portland can tell the difference when I switch back and forth between the quad and the Omni.
Alright, what are you on right now?
I'm on the 4-element quad, vertical, pointed right at you.
Alright, turn my preamp off and your S9.
Okay, now I'm on the IMAX, pointed right at you.
Same thing, S9. With no preamp.
I call shenanigans. What about you, Greg? Were you monitoring that Browning you're on? Or does that thing not have a meter?
You go from, what does that say? Right there. S6 down to S3.
We seem to have some conflicting stories here, huh, there?
Well, I mean, that's crazy, but that's what it is.
I'm telling you the truth, though. I mean, ain't that much between your house and my house, you know. Sebago Lake, and it's pretty open.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I mean, I know where you are, but I don't think it really has to shoot over the lake to get to you.
I'm right on the lake. So my antenna is looking right across the lake. With no trees, no obstacles, no nothing. And you're in Raymond, New Gloucester, whatever. Think about the path. You're probably entering the lake around Raymond and coming across to me.
Yeah, I suppose. I know you're not lying. Geez, I didn't realize. Unless I'm thinking of a different place. But, I'll zoom in on Google Earth. I didn't realize you were right on the lake. That must be nice.
Are you giving me
2 lights on your beam. 4 lights.
How many elements is this beam?
4.
Man, that'll do something.
Oh, it does. I mean, I've been testing it with people. I mean, the reports that I'm getting, it's doing what it should be doing. You're the first person that said it ain't doing nothing, but I mean, still, I'm hitting you with a pretty big signal though, from what you're saying. I know, like, my radio, I mean, I've never hooked a signal generator to it, but it kind of like doesn't really go much over 10 over. It's like if I have an S9 or above signal, that's a big signal on this thing. Like some radios I've seen, you know, they go right into the red. You know, you just gotta tickle them. This one, it gets pretty stingy once you get past S9.
I haven't seen anything push it past S9 on this particular radio, but I don't know. I'm not lying. That's what I'm looking at my meter. Hell, my meter could just be gifted. Everybody's in S9.
Oh, you could have led with that.
Let's see, Fixit's about an S5. Screwdriver's S9. I don't know who else is in there. Greg's S9.
Well, your meter obviously only has 2 settings then.
Oh, wait a second. Is the local or the DX button pushed in?
The DX button now.
Oh, you got it set to scream. That's why.
That's what you normally give me anyways. That is just your typical normal signal. But anyways, I don't know, Bob. I mean, my antenna's way the hell up there, you know. I don't know. I think the trick is to both flip over the horizontal, then we could play.
Well, that's horizontal right there. 1, 2, 1, 2 on the horizontal.
Yeah, you went down to S7, but I'm still vertical. I gotta go across the room to go horizontal. I actually gotta change radios.
That's all right. No, the other morning I pointed it over towards Europe and did a little DX, and I talked down south with it, and it's working pretty good.
Well, I scumbagged my 10-meter beam, you know, down to this frequency, which all those controls on the other side of the room.
What's going on, Radio Man?
Good evening, Cobra. Good evening. How are you? Hey, a photon torpedo for you.
Don't make me go get the other mic. Which way you pointed tonight?
I'm just on the Omni right now. I was playing around with but it's currently pointed down to the southwest, but I am on the Tree Max.
Oh, yeah. Where's Screwdriver tonight?
He's installing LEDs in his super scanner control box.
That is priority.
I need audio. Why is he not getting out?
I know, I was going to say it, but, yeah. Damn super scanners.
Oh, you can hear me right now, Fix It?
Barely, but I can.
Oh, okay, then I'm going with it's definitely Cobra.
I think we're having some peculiar radio conditions tonight. What would you say, Screwdriver?
I would, but I'm just getting back to my, I shut the Yaesu off, I'm back on the Striker, because I fixed my box, and I was going to play with the Super Scanner.
Might be peculiar operating conditions. Or operator.
You know what? I'm still on the friggin' flat side. Hold on a minute.
Get an IMAX.
I wish I had me a big little walkie-talkie so I can get out.
Oh man, sounds like somebody's playing with toys.
Who's got a big walkie-talkie?
The guy who said,
Man, me a big old walkie-talkie. 10-4?
10-4. You need a President Randy, FCC 2.
What the hell is that?
Oh, it's just a handheld CB.
I see. I still can't get over Lafayette, I guess.
There we go. Audio. There we go. I think it should be a little better now.
yeah, holy fuck.
Sounds a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell you were doing, but it sucked.
Yeah, I was on the flat side still.
Yeah, it was flat.
Down behind Sopo. We're still changing channels, so every time I key up, so before I key up I go to 13, and then when I key up it's on the right channel.
Hey, who was out there in Sopo said we're getting out? Did someone say Sopo?
I did. It'd be Steve.
Good evening, Steve. You got Radio Man here. I don't believe we've talked before.
Oh yeah, we have. It's been a while.
Well, Steve, you got a bunch of people in here. We got Lugnut over in Standish. We got Greg in Portland. Going off memory here. Cobra, Wales, Screwdriver, New Gloucester. You got myself in New Gloucester. Wingnut over in Auburn. I don't know if I missed somebody. That's all going off the top of my head. But what are you running for a radio? Tell us what you got going on over there.
Oh, I'm just hooking up with a little Galaxy 2547 dot.
Well, copy that. Maybe there's a few other people in there just want to say hey. But yeah, good evening.
Yeah, you forgot about Jim Bozo.
That's right, Jimbos.
What's going on, Steve? Been a few weeks.
In Portland.
Terrible, huh?
Oh, you're in Portland? No, I'm in South Portland. Copy that, South Portland. Yeah, sounding good. Out here in Wales. Hey, 10-4, you trying to get up by yourself, buddy. Good old Michigan. Yeah, I copied that, Michigan. You got 400 Maine here.
10-4, there's 400 Maine.
On this end. Copy that on the west side of the state of Michigan. Yeah. Yeah, I was actually just in Michigan last month. Just in the airport, but, you know, I got to see over it a little bit. Yeah, probably not.
Alright, now I'm back to normal.
I do have a question for somebody smart.
answer.
If only I had a cricket sound effect.
Why is Mr. Fix-It, like, giving me what Radio Man's giving me, which is a lot?
Holy but Jesus.
Are you on the super scanner?
I am. How super am I?
Oh, we gotta get that thing packed up and brought down to Novocaine.
I was flipping back and forth. I'll tell you, this is definitely more vertical than my ground planes. My ground planes were picking you up before. Super scanner, you were giving me 0.
Well, I was still on the flat side. Was that something to do with it?
I don't know why my ground planes would pick you up more. It's kind of odd, but yeah, I mean, when you went obviously vertical, it changed tremendously.
Yeah, you go from 10 feet off the ground to 70.
I don't know which directions are what on this thing.
Yeah, I guess that would help.
Kind of guess that one's a little closer towards you.
Yeah, I brought you up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be anything dramatic, that's for sure.
He disappeared over here.
Well, I guess it's working.
Good, leave it on that one then.
I mean, let's see, I can change it while I'm talking. I don't have a whole lot of power going through it, so there's one direction. There's the other direction. There's the third direction. And there is Omni.
Yeah, you definitely could tell. The weakest you were was about 2 lights, and then it was probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 lights, and now you're like 7 lights.
Yeah, I mean, I can see you come up, you know, 1 to 2 dB over here when I'm pointed towards you. It's not tremendous, but like I said, it's not the rejection. Even if I look at the computer diagrams of it, it's really not that as directional as it is, you know, rejection. I'm afraid to, oh, fuck it, I'm going to put a little power to it. Let's see what happens. I don't have the camera on it, but if it goes up in smoke, it goes up in smoke.
I'll just let it eat.
Third direction and Omni seem to be about the same.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess it would kind of depend if it's pointed straight at you. I mean, it's still only 3 directions, so it covers 120 degrees, but I assume there's still a strong point in there. So you almost got to kind of really aim it towards where you need to. I mean, I just put it up so it would clear the fucking, the porch when I cranked it up. Like, I don't know to which light is going to which element. I didn't look at coaxes and chase fucking wires. I hooked up the 3 wires and called it good.
How did that work? Was it just one piece of coax going out to it, and then there was a switch box or something?
Yeah, it's one piece of coax and 1 wire. It's 3 wires, but it's like an old school, well, whatever, you can use that whatever you want for wire, but you do need a controller wire, which is 3 wires.
Well, number 1 and number 2 are pretty much invisible for me. I barely can even hear you.
Roger. So those 2 are probably kind of pointed, yeah, somewhat away from you. And the Omni, well, I mean, that's what I'm in right now, is just Omni, and, you know, it works okay. If I switch back and forth to the other antennas, I guarantee it, well, I shouldn't say guarantee it, but here you go, you tell me. So right now I'm on the Super Scanner. Right now I'm on the Mr. Coily.
coily gives me just a whisker more.
Alright, and the super scanner's a little taller. So now I'll go to, that's my normal ground plane in the tree right there.
Okay, do the super scanner again.
Alright, this is the one in the tree. 22 watt dead key. There's a super scanner. A little higher dead key, 24 watts. And there's the coily at 22 watts.
I'm selling out. You're one more, the next light flashed on solid when you went to the super scanner.
What are you trying to say?
I give up.
Well, I confused you?
I can't be talking to somebody with a super scanner that gives me more than their friggin' other coily.
That's it. I need a super scanner.
Almost see, because
1111. Am I strapping him?
I'm on right now is at about 25 feet off the ground. The super scanner is probably closer to 40 feet. So that 15-foot difference does play an effect. It's not a lot, but it's enough.
Well, when you're on the Mr. Coily, you give me a little bit less than, that seventh light flashing. But then when you went to the super scanner, it was solid.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Cobra.
We'll play some evening when we're not fucking around, and we'll both be on metered radios, without lights.
I can hear you, Radio Man, but I don't answer you because obviously you're not going to hear me over him.
Oh, there's a super scanner pointed at you. I must be hammering.
No, you're still about southern light, kind of flashing that seventh light. I think you're actually better when you're on all three.
Well, maybe I don't have one quite turned towards you, or I'm not on the right one. I don't know. This is when a meter comes in handy and not lights.
Damn light.
Well, that's interesting, though, that it's, for all the shit talk I hear about it, it's actually working.
Yeah, that's why I'm giving up.
But is it working? I can tell you by the quick numbers I just got off them, it isn't working as well as an IMAX or an Antron.
It might be working the same as an Antron. IMAX? Probably not.
The Antron was, I'd have to go back to my notes. I think it might be a little better. I don't know. I think the Antron was pretty close to the coily. So this is right. This isn't quite in between the coily and the other one. Because those have like a 4 dB separation, give or take. And usually, that's how I've been judging what the antennas are, where the IMAX laid and the Mako and this and that, is where it lies in between those two consistent 4 dB separation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised. I think it's working as it should.
Oh, it's definitely working as it should. Like I said, they're a cool design. I just have never been impressed with them. I would have to say, just going back on, so I guess here's my thing. Here's my initial result, without having the numbers yet. My initial results are surprising. It's working better than I thought, or close. This is working close to or a little better than I thought, where the Vector worked way worse than I thought. So, it kind of, it gives this one a little bit of a leg up.
I'm thinking, what is that, Route 2? Yeah, Route 2 in New Hampshire with that super scanner on top of that house. I'm guessing that would be a pretty nice setup.
That's right, John. He loves his super scanner.
Is that thing still up there?
It was like a year ago. I don't think I've been by that spot, but it was, I think, last year. The house looks abandoned, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it didn't look like people lived there for years.
Oh, I'm sure it hasn't transmitted in probably 10 to 15 years or more. But I'm just saying that would be nice to be, to be up on a hill. Yeah, it'd be nice to live on a hill. But to have a super scanner up there, and then you could really, separate what direction you want to go without having the whole road or map.
Oh, God.
Yeah, as far as I was saying, it'd be nice to live on a hill.
Yeah, it'd be nice to live on a hill. I'll even watch Radio Man signal go down substantially over here when I changed to one of them.
Oh, Jesus, we can't have that. Was anyone else paying attention when or you only care what Cobra because you've been testing with him?
No. I've been trying to test with multiple directions. I have been trying to do, everybody that chimes in. Obviously, right now, I just tested in Omni mode. I didn't necessarily test pointed at people either. I'm scared to turn on the big amp, though.
Turn it on. Worst case scenario, the super scanner friggin' blows up and lands at Novocaine.
Oh, the match definitely went up there.
Yeah, I mean, you don't actually need it, so maybe it's not ready for that point yet.
I mean, Cobra, if you really wanted one, you could make one. I mean, like MFJ makes remote coax switches that you don't even have to run a control line. It's run through the coax, and then the box has a voltage blocker. And you could, all that is what? Just three vertical dipoles, and you just need a switching assembly.
Nice. Yeah, I don't do much. If I can't do it from the couch, I usually don't do it.
Oh, you could put the control box right at the couch next to your salt and pepper shaker.
Uh-huh. Today I was serious. I was like, I'm going to go get another radio out of the back room. So I didn't get another radio out of the back room.
I was going to say, that's what I thought you were supposed to do today.
Yeah, I haven't left the couch today.
Oh, that's a good day.
I brought 5 out of the back. Yeah, I brought 5 out of the back room, and yeah, I guess none of them work good on that antenna.
Well, it's old radio night, not old antenna night.
That super scanner's got to be pretty old.
Oh, fuck, they probably haven't made these things since the late 70s.
Well,
but you figure, right, Screwdriver, back in the day, when there was a lot more local activity, use the Lewiston Auburn example, right? You could switch it and you could null out people and, when the activity was a lot heavier. Or if you were in an area with a lot of people around you.
Yeah, it works great for that. And if you're not trying to talk like stupid distances, and I'm not saying it's horrible. It's still a dipole, so it is what it is. But like me to you right now, I was just flipping back and forth. On Omni, you give me we're going to say a 25, a 28. When it's pointed at you, it gives you you give me a 40. and the other two that are away from you give me a 20. So I'm seeing from a 20 to a 40 difference between pointed at you and not pointed at you.
Oh, that's it. We're all getting super scanners.
And you get a super scanner, and you get one. I really hope it's got enough. If I'm running the 500 like I am right now, well, I'm not quite running 500, but if I'm running this, I think I could talk to Novocaine at least just to say hi.
You can't be running 500. There's only one person that's 500.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I'm only running about 300, so there, we'll say 300. Right.
Oh, do you have a fan again?
Old radio night, you know what happens.
It must be in your area. They're not really giving me much.
I'm not getting much either, but the only thing that's working is a Roger beep.
I think that's their plan.
They call me the Rainmaker, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think it was that guy in DX, Rainmaker. But he's giving me less than you guys.
Rainmaker!
And I just got down, even though my father was beeping on the side, I just got down.
Oh man, you're one of them troublemakers too, aren't you, Rainmaker? We see how you are.
Fuck yeah, I'm the number one motherfucking troublemaker on 27105. Fuck!
Oh, he says fuck more than Screwdriver. Watch out.
For fuck's sake.
What? Wait, what?
Video.
Can't even hear him.
You're not missing anything.
Man, you guys ever see when Cobra gets down?
Did he just get down?
Hey, where are you guys at anyway?
What, off the couch?
Where are you guys at?
We're up here in the state of Maine.
Oh, 10-4, you guys know, Ford Power?
Do we do what?
His name is Ford Power. Talks on Upper Sideband 38.
Oh, yes, we do. I thought you said something tower. Yeah, we do our sideband night every Thursday night.
Yeah, tell him you talked to Mr. Rainmaker, no doubt about it.
Yeah, we talk to just about everybody when it comes to Thursday nights. It's just fun old intended entertainment. Man, I had to switch this super scanner to your direction. You were starting to fade out.
Oh, thank God for the super scanner.
Oh, love the super scanner. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna like this thing, and I'm gonna turn into a fanboy. I'm gonna become Novocaine.
Yep, Screwdriver's gonna reach out for sponsorship from Super Scanner.
I got $5.
What was that other 3/4 wave antenna you had up there?
All I had was the Vector 4000 for the 3/4, or technically 7/8 this one. I haven't tried an actual 3/4 old school Avanti or Vector. I've had 3 aluminum 5/8s up there, and an Antron, an IMAX, and now this.
Oh, I thought you had like a Starduster or something like that. It's just a 1/4 wave dipole.
Oh, yeah, I ran the Starduster, 1/4 wave. This is performing better than the Starduster for locally. I will have to say. I don't know about for DX yet, but for locally, this definitely outperforms the Starduster.
Screwdriver, question.
Yes.
That rotor box, that rotor that's on that's setting in that tower, how many wire is that?
Fucked if I know. I don't actually remember. I should just go look. Right now, it's hooked up with some thin wire that is probably no bueno. It worked, but it's probably about 40 feet of thin wire, looks like telephone wire. I don't know if it was 4 or 8. I'm not 100% sure.
I know the one I had here was 4, and I'm going to have to look. I don't remember what the rotor wire was I ordered. I don't remember if I ordered the 8 or if I ordered the 4. I know I looked at the 8 because the positive wires and like the brake wire and whatever was a thicker gauge.
Oh, Cobra, you're not thinking about putting a super scanner up there, are you?
No, this is for his 4 element.
Oh, how much rotor wire do you need?
I need about 700 feet.
Oh, I don't got that much. I got some left over for my project. I don't know how much, but I might have some.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to go look. I know it's one of the few rotors that I've seen that has a plate over the bottom and some putty to keep it watertight. Because normally they're wide open. All of mine that I've ever run are wide open, and you can see the 8 terminals under there, and you just screw in the wires of the clips under.
John's sandbagging us on the live stream. He says, put a Ranger in front of that super scanner. It'll be dangerous.
Oh, fuck me.
Like on Seinfeld when George says, "Worlds colliding!"
I was in the pool.
Very small, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, I plan on this week sometime. I don't know. I got a pretty full week. I got 3 fucking softball games again this week, so my every day is used up. Tonight, tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. So, yeah, I don't know. But this weekend, I plan on I'll weld those hinges on. And obviously, you didn't get outside, so you still don't know. But I assume we want to tilt down, but weld those hinges on, and I want to go grab a rotor box and make sure the rotor turns.
Because literally...
yeah, GSW, your tests are coming through.
I'd like to be at least the bottom element where it, points down at least 10 feet above the peak of the roof.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to grab some sections of tower that I have, and we'll put something up. I mean, it's round 25, so not a big deal. Like I said, obviously, I'm not going to get this thing up here this winter, and I'm probably not going to fucking do it next year. So, if you got 4 sections over there, you got 4 sections, and, 4 sections in a top will be 50 feet, or 3 sections in a top, whatever, 50 feet. No, that'll be 40 feet, 50 feet, however we do it, whatever. We'll have enough over there.
Oh, that's more than enough then. Okay, I didn't know what you were actually bringing over. I just wanted enough so I could at least spin it and not hit the roof.
Yeah, whatever looks good. If we think, okay, you only want 30 feet just because you don't want to be up too high and worry about wind and all that, then we do 30 feet. You don't got to go any huge amount of mass pipe out of the top, just a fucking 10-footer or whatever. Your pipe. So, yeah, I mean, we'll be good for however high we need to go.
Well, if it's just the Rome 25, like the tower I have out here, I'll just measure it and I'll make a bracket. Because I want to do something so it's up kind of on the eave, so it's up, relatively high. Then we can just put it through and I'll actually have bolts or studs that are coming through the wall. So it's going to come down and take the whole garage out.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, one hole through the middle, a piece of angle iron on the outside and a piece of angle iron on the inside, and you just squishing it against the wall, and whatever you need for spacers behind it, a 2x4, whatever that's sticking off the wall, whatever that distance is, because it's not going to be right up against the wall. So you throw a couple 2x4s against the wall with a hole through the center, and you literally go across a couple of studs on the inside of your wall, you know, let's say a 2-foot long piece of angle iron, and then on the outside all you need is a foot long piece of angle iron or something and a piece of threaded rod, and you just tighten it up. I mean, there's other ways to go, but that was the simplest way I found.
Yeah, I'll get that set up. I'll get up in the attic. I'll just get up in the attic or the garage. Plenty of room up there. I'll have to move all my junk out of the way, but I'll get up in the attic, make something sturdy. I'll just get it so the studs are sticking out, well, the threaded rod's sticking out. So I'll only have to go in the attic just to get that set up, and then everything else can just be done with a 25-foot ladder outside, or standing on the roof and hanging over.
They just stand on the tower and do that. Go ahead, Breaker.
Yeah, Ford, this is Charlie, 138 in the Buckeye State. Where you at?
Oh, 138 in the Buckeye. We are up here around the state of Maine.
Yeah, Ford, the state of Maine. It sounds real good in my radio there today. I just wanted to see where you're at and if we can make the trip back there to you.
Man, that's quite a bit of difference on this super scanner. But yeah, there's a few ways to do it inside to keep stuff from spinning if you wanted to. So you could just tighten it from the outside. You don't need 2 people. But personally, I just climb up the tower and do it. I mean, it's not, you're only going up fucking 10 feet. If you can have like the piece of angle iron or whatever inside, like just a couple of sheetrock screws with holes in it to attach it to the studs, then that can't spin. And realistically, if you obviously got to weld it, if you tack weld the threaded rod to it, put a nut on it and tack weld it on so the threaded rod can't spin, then all you got to do is from the outside just put the nut on and just tighten it up from the outside.
That's exactly just about what I was thinking.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a big deal. Big thing will be just look to see which way it can tilt. As long as your power lines aren't in the way, I would say tilting down your driveway. But if your power lines are in the way, we can tilt it the other way. I just need to know before I weld it. Well, I mean, the only difference would be we could spin it, but one way has 2 legs against the wall on a flat, the other way just has 1 leg against the wall. I'd feel better with the 2 legs usually against the wall.
Yeah, you know, and I did go outside today, and I didn't think to look, but I'll get all that information. I'll take measurements and whatever. I will get off the couch, promise.
Like I said, I ain't welding hinges on this week anyway. It'll be this weekend, so I don't remember. I don't think your power lines were there. I think I remember peeking and saying, oh yeah, you could lay it right down your driveway, so I don't think it's a big deal. Nah. I also got to get back and get the top section for Hawkeye too. Yeah. Still be nice to find another like 4 sections or.
Yeah, thanks, John. It's going pretty good. I'm on the Omni right now, just because I'm talking to people all over the place. But yeah, thanks. It's been working good. Been having fun with it.
I actually wanted 2 more sections so I could go up 100, personally. But I'm giving a few sections to you and the top section to him, so I'm only going to have about 40 feet left. But, you know, like I said, I ain't putting it up anytime soon.
I think he just changed channels.
Yeah, I heard someone else key up. Yeah. Well, you know, that stuff, you never know. Maybe one of us will find some for sale in the next year or less, and we'll just, if I find some at a decent price, I'll grab it, and you can use it at your house. Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a self-supporting tower sitting here that I can put up. I think it's 40 feet or 48 feet. I just, like that I don't have a base for. It's really wide. It's aluminum. I don't know. I don't like it as much as the Rome for some reason. It just feels really cheesy. It's a decent tower, but it's like fucking, like if you put it in between your house and your garage, you'd almost be touching it. It's like 3 or 4 feet diameter at the bottom.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be enough room. You know, I'd have to grease myself up to wedge myself through it.
Plus, where would I urinate?
Exactly. Besides on the tower.
I'll probably be urinating on the tower.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to help the structural stability.
Will it help it grow?
It might help the grounding.
Oh. Oh, I like it. Oh, match is going up. Uh-oh. I might have just fried her. Oh, I think I might have fried the matching network.
Oh, son of a...
Sorry.
Fuck's sakes.
I think I did.
Yeah, you think you fried something on the super scanner?
I just shut the big amp off, but yes. I'm gonna have to look to see what that value of that capacitor was in there.
Yeah, those are only good for 100 watts.
Apparently it wasn't valued that much. Oh, wait.
If I put it in directional, it's still fine. Because running any single one, but inside, to make it omnidirectional, there's a matching network in there.
There was.
I mean, I'm still talking on it right now. I went down with my wattage, but out to a 2.7 match where I was at like a 1.4. But, I mean, still works if I do that. I definitely hear more skip, if that counts for anything.
It did just pick up.
We're going to go back to normal anyway. Normal power, normal antenna, feed of the corn.
He said he was going to be normal.
Like I need a probably 240 picofarad capacitor, and it just says 9 turns. It doesn't actually give what it is. It just says 9 turns. So, I don't know.
I'd love to know, I guess I'd have to look at one and how that works, because if you got some beefy relays and scaled it up and made a control box that could handle some scrope of power, it'd be kind of interesting, because there's really nothing to building one of those.
No, I mean, it's not anything crazy. You know, I mean, why not just, well, I mean, I know me and Fixit talked about this quite a bit, and he still has his brain idea, but, you know, 3 antrons. But another way, you know, go 602-inch whips, build an indestructible one.
Yeah, but have you seen the price of 102-inch whips?
The price of them is not bad, it's just shipping. But if you want to, I'll tell you, I mean, you might as well just order 10 or 12 of them. I thought about it. My distributor wasn't too bad. I was going to order like 10 of them recently. I just never got around to it.
Yeah, if I had to guess, ordering 10, the shipping's the same because they just throw them in a tube, and probably if you order like one, it's probably the same tube that 10 would come in.
Yeah. If I remember right, they're about $20 a piece, $25 a piece. I think you can get them a little less than 20 if you buy more than 6, but it's like $20 or $25 for one, but it's like $28 or $30 for shipping. But you can buy 10 of them at $20 a piece, and it's still only that $28 for shipping. Because you're right, it's just the same fucking tube they throw them in.
I mean, is it as simple as like when you use, let's just say, I don't know what it is, like the alpha antenna or whatever you want to call it. There's 3 of them, so we'll say stick 1. When you use stick 1, is it just connecting that relay and then opening up the other 2 so that they're just acting as reflectors, and vice versa? So when you energize stick 2, stick 1 and 3, the relay opens and they're just acting as reflectors. And then when you go to Omni, is it just clicking all 3 of those relays in? Is it as simple as that?
Omni, it's definitely all 3, and you got a matching network there for all 3. I'm trying to make sense of the schematic right now. I do believe that if you go directional, it's definitely using the 2 as reflectors, but I don't know if it's dumping them both to ground or if it's got to be tying the 2 together. That I do know. It somehow, that one relay is I think by looking at it, it's a double pole, and it goes to ground. There's technically only 2 relays in there, so it's kind of funky, but it's going to dump 2 of those together at least, so those are going to be the same potential somehow.
All right. Yeah, I think I found a schematic, and I'm confused because it says relay box 19-1920 and then relay box 19-21. It looks like one of them has 3 relays and the other one has 2 relays. I'm trying to figure out why that is.
Yeah, the one with the 3 relays, mine's the one with the 2 relays, in the 3 wire. The other one has 4 wire, and I believe the 4 wire one with the 3 relays usually has I don't remember what the difference was. I think it's just they were like double pole breakers, or whatever. I shouldn't say breakers, but relays. There was a difference. I thought they actually needed a matching. I thought it actually had a matching stub. I thought the ones with the 4 relays had a matching stub, but I'm still seeing the same 240 picofarad 9 turns. So I'm going to have to look for a heavy-duty 240 picofarad cap, and I don't know what it is for an inductor, but I'm going to have to make something or do something a little better. I mean, I can do something with 9 turns, but over what? It doesn't tell me what the millihenries are, so I can't make one without knowing.
The one with 3 relays has 6 positions. The one with 2 relays only has 3 positions.
They all only had 3 positions. The boxes look exactly the same. The control box still has the same outputs. My control box still has 4 outputs on it, and it still has the same 3 lights. It doesn't matter. The control boxes are all the same. I'm actually surprised. I think this is a 24 volts AC out, and I'm surprised the LED lights work, but they do, or at least for now.
Well, I suppose once you get inside the control box on the antenna, you'll see the inductor and have an idea. I know it's blown up, so you can't measure it now. Or maybe you'll get lucky and it's just a cap. So maybe you could take the cap out of circuit and measure the inductor. Maybe the inductor is still okay.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know what would have burnt up first. Yeah, I'll have to pull it down, and I'll probably just do it off the back deck. I will not even drop the whole antenna, even though it's not like it's that difficult to drop it. But yeah, I'll pull it apart and just kind of give it a peek and see what the hell is what in there, and yeah.
Do you hear like that like old-timey music out there?
I think it's Tiny Tim.
You can hear it on like 25, you can hear it on like 18, and you can hear it a little bit on like 33, and it's very confusing. So whatever it is, it's friggin' splashing the whole band.
It's probably like the banjo guy. He's probably got like several, you know, a few different rigs set up at the same time on different channels. Sounds like Tiny Tim.
Sounds like Cartman.
It's just that I'm gonna whip somebody's ass song.
Wouldn't the math say something different about that antenna, though? Wouldn't it just be changing which antenna is hot? You see what I'm saying? I would think it's making a two-element beam in some manner or form, and you change which dipole you're feeding, and the one behind it would become a reflector for your three positions and your three antennas. But what throws me is the fourth position for the Omni.
Man, that was on several stations. I had 20, 24. Yes, and I'm trying to see if it takes those and it goes to, if it ties them together. So the reflector side, that's what I'm wondering. Like the reflector side, it definitely uses 2 as a reflector. And the pattern, it's kind of cool to look at the pattern because it is actually a pretty unique pattern. It covers everything. It's not a big lobe. It doesn't have a whole lot more than when it's an Omni, but it has a ton of rejection. But it is showing the 2 reflectors tied in, so I'm trying to figure out if it looks like it ties those reflectors together or if it does not.
Well, all you would have to do is put them to ground. Then your power comes out of one of those dipoles. 1, 2, 3. And the other ones that ain't being used become the reflector. Be my guess. The 250 picofarad Mylar cap will be easy to find. And you take the measurements on your coil, even if it's smoked. All you need is a diameter and your 9 turns.
Yeah, I just know if you go up in, let's say, a thicker wire, let's say it's wound with like fucking 28 gauge, well, I'm going to want to make a coil out of, you know, and it depends on the spacing too, but I'm going to want to make a coil out of fucking some 10 gauge to handle what I want to do. You know, so that would be my guess. Like I said, in directional, there's nothing for that to turn out, so it doesn't really matter, but...
So you make a coil that's 12 turns, and then you just go tapping it till it's resonant.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can hook my my analyzer and just do some sweeps until I get it into place.
Just tap the coil. You know, go up and down the coil with the output piece and find the sweet spot. If you wound it with 10, it's going to change the length, which isn't going to be a big deal if you're tapping it. You see what I'm saying? If you took a coil, say 6 inches long or whatever, in there, air, you know, with air ducts in between the middle, so air in the middle, no coil form, and then just turn around and tap the inductor until you find the sweet spot for the right Henrys.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got some big ones that I made for inside of big amps sitting here that, you know, I got some 2-turn, 4-turn, whatever. I got like an inch diameter air gap, and they were pretty much made for like an 8-pill or bigger, but I've had to put bars over them to short them out before to get it to tune in where I need to inside of an amp. So yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be that big of a deal to figure out what I need to do inside of it to make that happen. I mean, it'll be trial and error unless it happens to be written on it or if I can find it somewhere. I mean, just saying 9 turns doesn't help, but if it's fucking an inch long with 9 turns and a 1/2 inch diameter, well, that'll help narrow it down.
Exactly. We'll use an LC meter.
Yeah, I got one of them. If it ain't burnt out, even if it ain't burnt out, I will test it and I will build one that's heavier duty to go. I'm actually going to look through my drawers here in a few minutes and see if I can find a 240 picofarad kicking around.
Right, but this time make sure it has a 3 kilovolt rating.
Yeah, exactly.
But the infinite of valve, the inductance, it's just a matter of tapping it, running up and down the coil with a roach clip until you find the sweet spot.
Yes, sir.
And when you do, you slubber a tab right there and connect it up the way you want to be. If you crapped out like that, it's not the cap, it is that coil. Be my guess. I don't think the cap would have blown.
Yeah, I mean, I probably could do a sweep on it like is, or look at my my vector analysis thing here and see what the capacitance and stuff is on it. But I don't know what it started as, so I'm not even going to bother pushing buttons on the meter to find out. I'm sure I'll peek at it. There goes Thursday night down the tube, but I'm sure I'll peek at it again, you know, this weekend, get her back up and going if I have a cap sitting here available. Like I said, a coil, and yeah, fucking it's just copper wire. You strip some house wiring out and use that if you need to.
How much space do you got to put this thing in?
I mean, I suppose I can make another box. The box it's in is not that big. It's probably like 4 by 6 by like 3, give or take. And you do have a couple of relays in there, so yeah. I mean, I don't really know how much physical room is inside of it. It's been a long time since I've had one apart.
Well, I'm looking 6 inches wide. So, one would think you got 3.5 inches.
Yeah, 50 watts on omnidirectional is all you can do, but if you put it directional, it can take up to 1500.
You just making these numbers up?
No, I'm looking at a set of schematics right now, and book.
I mean, I've got the original book and schematic sitting right here in front of me, and now I've looked all the way through this, and I don't see anywhere where it says anything about power.
I'm also looking through feedbacks that, you know, people say about it.
Well, I mean, they shouldn't have to put what it can handle for power. I mean, it's just assume it's going to handle 4 watts.
Yeah, I mean, it is technically considered CB, and back then that was, I mean, obviously it was 4 watts, but they made most everything good for 100 watts. I mean, Baby Blue Big Stick. I owned one of those. It was great. You hit about 300 watts, it did the same exact thing.
What was the failure point, the coil?
I don't even think those had a coil in the bottom. I think those were just a capacitor, if I remember right.
So what crapped out? Capacitor?
Yes.
So they shunt fed it. Interesting.
I had a, actually, I think it was a Radio Shack. Was it a Ringo? I don't remember. No, not a Ringo. Ringo, the matching network, was always on the outside. A Radio Shack 5/8 ground plane with the 3 radials on the bottom, but that actually did have a coil inside to bring it down to resonant.
Right, and how much power would that take?
About 500 before it went up in smoke.
Well, that ain't too bad.
$500. I'm not talking, you know, a 2-pill. You know, I mean, I just, like I said, this obviously just had issues. I was running 300 or 400, but that was also carrier, swinging up to 1,500, 1,800.
What was the carrier?
I was in between 300 and 400.
All right, what's 400 times 4?
Yeah, 16. That's about where I was at.
Right, 16's all it could do. Plus a percent of your audio. You know something? You get wicked lucky. It could be a relay that just arced over and got a big carbon spot on it.
Yeah, I mean, all the directors still work. Like, I just went and I switched through all of them, and I got less than a 1.2 on every single element. And then when it's in Omni, it's back to like a 2.6. So, yeah, I mean, it's exactly what I expected it to do. Well, I was supposed to put a camera up on it and do a live feed on it while I was talking on it to see if I seen smoke come out of it.
Is there an adjustment for matching?
I don't believe so.
You should ask your wife if she smelt anything burning upstairs.
Yeah. Do you see a light on the back porch?
Yeah. Yeah, did you smell anything? Did you hear anything go poof?
To my right or something like that?
I mean, I have making a bigger matching network. I guarantee I got a big cap here. They're variable, but you know, the open tube caps that you use inside of big amplifiers, I've got a couple of those, and I could make my own coil. So I could make something and put it in a weather-tight external box and just tie it in if I really had to. I can tell you were trying to play with your computer because your hum was in there, but you had nothing come through.
You are right, though. You could build your own LC network and get by the problem.
Yeah, exactly. It's just tied into one input in there, or output, whatever. You can run a piece of thick wire, coax, whatever. Just, you know, it's only going to be 3-4 inches big. I drill a hole in the side of the plastic box and put another plastic box on the outside, you know. Another project box, I could fucking glue it to it, and then have a big fucking coil and cap in there if I needed to.
Yeah, that idea would work.
Ooh, now you're talking.
Right, build a coil out of some brake line. A little 12-volt fan in there.
And 500 volt. I could do some series and paralleling, and to get those in where I needed them to go.
It's not going to help your voltage reading. You need at least 1 kilovolt if you don't want it to pop again.
Well, if you put 2 in parallel, your voltage will go up. Your series is whatever, but yeah, so your voltage goes up, but your capacitance goes up, so I'd need, series to make it go down. Yeah, fuck me. I ain't doing that, but it could be done, but I'd need like about 10 of them to do what I need to do for the size of one. There's some big old toroid transformers I might have to use for an inductor.
electrolytic will work. Just about the size. I mean, originally somebody built an LC circuit. A company built one with a coil and a cap. Okay, so one of those gave it up maybe. And you want to beef it up, so you gotta up the voltage on the cap. And like you say, beef up the wire on the coil. And you got 3.5 inches of space, it sounds like, to do it. If you got creative, I'm sure the relays are off on the side. You could have a plastic bolt, you know, like a plastic bolt, whatever it's called, nylon bolt, slid through the bottom of the covers, pop your coil on top of that with a washer, and there it is, in your 3.5 inches of space.
Trying to figure out, oh, these are 500 volt. And say I have some 200 at 500 volt, but yeah, I mean, it might be close enough. Truthfully, if I'm gonna do anything else, what are these? Oh, these are 120s. If I'm gonna do it myself, the match was okay. I don't know if it could get any better or not, but I'd like to maybe even try to get it a little better if I'm gonna dick around with it.
Use a variable cap.
Yeah, like I said, I got a couple of I don't remember the size, but I don't think they were that big. But I got a couple of big variable tube caps. I guess you'd call them. You know, open air. They slide together. They're both brass tubes, and you know, they slide together, and your capacitance, they're obviously separated from each other with some nylon in there.
Talking about a Jennings vacuum variable?
No, I do have a couple of vacuum variables kicking around too, but these aren't vacuum variables. They're open to the air. You can still buy them. The amp builders run them in a lot of the bigger amps just because they can handle the power. About a 3/4 inch, 1 inch diameter, usually about 4 inches long when they're totally compressed together. You can pull them apart to be roughly about 6 inches long if you have an overlap, or about 5 inches long with a 1 inch overlap. And I want to say they're 0 to, well, it depends on which size you get, but I want to say they're good till about like 300 pico to 500 pico, something like that. 0 to 300, 0 to 500. You get different sizes, but I think those are the two that I had. I'm sure if I do a little Google searching, I'm probably going to find somebody who's replaced this, or 100 people that have replaced this, and say, just use this, this, and this, and it'll handle more power.
I just did a search. 1 kilovolt, 250 puff, 1000 volt ceramic, 48 cents.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I'm sure there's somebody out there, they probably even sell it as a kit. You can buy the inductor and the fucking cap and put it in. Like I said, I guarantee, I know for a fact that I'm not the first person to ever fry one of these fuckers out, so, you know, I guarantee people have fixed them.
I haven't seen anybody that has fixed one, but I've seen a whole bunch of people who fried them.
Yeah, I mean, I guarantee I can fix it. I'm not even worried about that. So that's really not a
variable tube
huge concern.
You call them, you know.
I'm not going to get it fixed before Thursday talk with Novocaine. Well, I guess I can still point it his direction.
I might have to check in the bus. I might have stuff for that.
.250 puff, 15 kV.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, that would be...
You definitely won't like the price.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it's not cheap when you start getting up into there.
$250.
Yeah, the antenna's not even worth that. I guarantee some of these $20 variables will work just fine.
Here's something. 40 to 180 picofarad, 1 kilovolt variable, $25. That's more back in the realm.
Is it like one of them brass tube type ones?
Just looks like a standard bread slicer.
Oh, like a variable open one?
Yeah.
You know, I got some of them little mica ones that I use in amps, like trimmer caps. I don't know what the hell those things are rated for. I've used them and seen them in a lot of like old school amps, but I don't really know what that rating is.
They're at least, if they're open air like that, they're at least 1 kilovolt.
Keep playing.
Whoops. I was just looking at, I never noticed I'm like, this doesn't seem right. It's like your striker's off frequency, or I've done something to this SDR, like there's a setting, and it's showing you being a little low on frequency, and I've never noticed that striker being off at all.
There is settings on there, but, you know, I was told the other day it was off on sideband. I had to go up a little. I don't know if I didn't check. I just had the free counter out here too, and I was using it. No, it showed it. Now, I'm not saying this free counter is great, but it showed it dead on, because I actually looked and it said it was 1050, and when I clicked it up a little bit, it went up to 1051, 1052. That's where I tuned in the Yaesu for. I'm not going to say it's actually right, but it looked it, made me feel good.
Yeah, I got you at 27.104.78, but I don't know, like I was messing around with something while you guys were talking, and I'm like, ooh, I didn't know you could do that. Now I put everything back, and I'm like, wasn't really paying attention. I'm like, is he actually? I actually went over to WWV while you guys were talking, and it was right on the money, so I don't know.
audio in there or something.
I see what I was doing. I guess I'm just getting tired.
I was looking at this other wireless free counter I have. It's kind of cool. One of them Radio Shack things that's just wireless. You got an antenna. It looks like I'm right on.
Yeah, you're pretty close. I got you at 27.104.8. I don't know what spec is for a radio, to say, oh, it's on frequency or off frequency. I don't know what that is, but that's what I was showing. And then I just went down to WWV just to make sure that it was not a software thing.
All right, how far am I off? Testicling, count them 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, wait, do it again.
Hello? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, I got you about the same, 27.104.800. So 27.1048.
So I'm 0.20 off.
Correct.
I don't know about that, man. But it's possible.
I don't know, a screwdriver just did something.
I was just looking. Mine, it's on 104.95 on this thing.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Battery's getting low on this thing. Haven't used it in forever.
Well, I mean, whatever. It's fine. It brought it up because I was messing with the software, but I just went down to WWV, and this is 5 hertz off. I just checked it against WWV, and so I know I'm pretty accurate.
Well, hell, I got a 30-year-old crystal, so I can't bitch.
Oh, I don't care. I'm not being like, you need to fix that, buddy. I think I'm just getting tired. I started messing with shit, and I put you guys out in the left field, and I just wasn't reading the screen right, so I spent like literally, I don't know, I think I had an ADHD moment. Like I just went down I don't know if you guys noticed, I got real quiet for a while. I went down a rabbit hole.
I can fix that. Probably in 1975, the crystal was on frequency.
What is it if it's low, you just add some pencil lead to it?
I don't know. It ain't enough to dick with it, I can tell you that.
I remember a long time ago I did that as an experiment. I took one of those, FT243 crystals, took it apart, and I scribbled on it with a pencil. And it was just an experiment, and it was like, okay, well, too much, so I erased it a little bit. Oh, too much, so I put a little bit more back on, and I actually got the goddamn thing right on the money.
Did it last, though?
And it lasted for as long as I used it.
Huh? Yeah, I got shit that's 2-3 kcs off.
I don't know, Timtron told me to do that.
What, hit it with a hammer?
Yeah. Hit it with a hammer.
Add some lead to it.
Well, the crystal, you can actually add some capacitance to it and change it up to a certain amount. I don't remember how much, but I remember looking into it, and you can actually change it by almost a half a channel.
Change it a little bit, let's see.
Yeah, I don't know if you were listening, Screwdriver. I saw you went down the band. But a long time ago, I was telling Lugnut I had a crystal. I took it apart. It was in an FT243 holder, and it was off frequency. And I scribbled on it with a pencil, and it went up in frequency. And I was like, huh, but it went up too much. So then I took an eraser, and I erased it a little bit, and I went down too much. So then I put a little bit more pencil in, and I actually got it on frequency.
Couldn't quite write fuck. You just wrote fuck.
I just drew a big cock and balls on it. It was right on the money.
Friggin' perfect.
Must have been a small cock and balls.
Yeah, on an FT243, that'd be a micro cock.
That's what I was thinking. I actually didn't know that trick.
Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised.
If I did, I long forgot about it. No, I just didn't know it. Never did it. I got some shit that's, 2-3 kcs low. That kind of stuff. Maybe I'll dick with that this winter.
Yeah, I had a box of them, and I was messing around with them. And I actually took one apart, and it had pencil scribble all. People just scribble on them. That's what I did. I just scribbled. And I took one apart, and someone already scribbled on it, and I was like, huh.
Right, the age. It's got something to do with the capacitance of your radio, too. You plug it into a Heathkit, it's fine. You plug it into a Johnson, it sucks.
I remember how stupid I was back in the day, crystal radios. Oh, I gotta get this thing on. You'd spend more money in crystals just to get the radio on frequency. I finally smartened up to that.
And you bought a VFO?
Yeah, VFO, or just went with a radio, didn't require a crystal. I'm talking about the Motorola commercial shit.
Yeah, I get it with a channel element.
Oh yeah, I had a stiffy for those lunchbox radios, the old PT300s, and I still have the MT500. I'll never get rid of that. I traded with Chrome Dome. He has the one for Hiram, and I got the one for Litchfield. And I got the leather case with it, with the fireman strap and the speaker mic.
How's your battery?
Oh God, I don't even want to think what it's like. I haven't turned it on in years.
Right, you can't even get that battery anymore, you have to build them.
It's just going to be a display piece for me. When I get my radio room down here, I'm thinking about getting like a trophy case. There's a couple of those I wished I'd never gotten rid of over the years, like the PT300. I wish I never got rid of it. I had a really nice PT300, and it worked. That was the other thing. But I got a couple radios that are just going to be shelf queens.
Chrome Dome was having that problem. He's building a battery pack out of AA's. Like, yeah, that'll work. There's enough space in that radio to pull it off.
Yeah. I got an old PRC-10 I'm going to put in there. I actually hooked it up. I got it for nothing. Some buddy at Chrome Domes. Hold on a second. There we go. Buddy at Chrome Domes. And, oh wait, I can't do that. And, I didn't know if it worked. So I rigged up a power supply, all the different voltages, and I got the thing to turn on, and it kind of worked. Can't remember if it was like the receiver worked or the transmitter, but only half of it worked. And I was kind of like, I'm never really going to use this thing. Like, yeah, it'd be cool, but I'm just going to put it on display.
What was the Prick 10, that walkie-talkie?
Yeah, it was like a man pack. It was the 30 to 50 megahertz one. So they made like a Prick 9, which I think was a lower frequency, but this was the one you could use up on 6 meters.
Yeah, I know the radio you're talking about.
Yeah, I actually fired it up. And, like I said, I can't remember. Like I said, I don't remember if I was able to get I could transmit with it or I could receive. One worked and one didn't. And I fiddly fired with it. And this schematics, and I don't remember. There was something weird about it. Like, maybe, I don't remember what the hell it was. And I think I think the problem's kind of in this area. I'm like, I had to get a part for it, and I just kind of was like, I'm just not going to invest the time in this. I'm just going to put it on the shelf and display it.
Right. It sounded like shit anyways.
Yeah. I mean, they were nothing to write home about, for sure.
5 o'clock high. The bandits are coming.
Do me a favor there, Plugnut. Key up again.
The 5 o'clock high. The bandits are coming. Why?
I was just checking something. That's all. You're good.
Will they do move again?
No, not much.
He just got out his pencil and started drawing on it.
All right, you've done something, because now you're right on the money.
I haven't done a damn thing. Maybe the radio cooled down, but I haven't touched anything.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I had synchronous AM on, so synchronous AM corrected it. I turned it back off. Never mind, that was me.
Hell roll off a little bit.
Half the fun.
There you go, something you can find at Deerfield, another Prick 10.
No.
buddy across the town, a screwdriver. Give him the other half of the brick 10, and you guys can talk on wideband FM.
Bad enough, I gave a long time ago, I gave Larry an old 2-meter Midland that had an EEPROM in it. You had to have a special programmer for that I actually own. He moved out to his new house and he sent me an email. Hey, can you reprogram this? I said, yeah, send me the list. So he just emailed me the EEPROM because that's all he needed. And I never heard back from him. So either it worked or it didn't work. I should probably email him. Like, I never got an email like, yeah, I got it. It's great. Thanks. Or, yeah, I got it. You fucked it up. So I don't know. I should email him and ask him how it worked.
You still got that Midland programmer?
Yeah. Yeah, in the Easy Bake Oven.
Yeah. I got one you need to program for me, too. I don't know the model number of it, but like 750 seems to come to mind. It's 100 watt, remote head, 99 channels.
Yeah, you probably got a Syntec 1. Yeah, I forget how it was like a 70 dash, how they designated the model numbers, but yeah, it sounds about right. Probably a Z273 EEPROM module.
I don't know, I just found it in the box the other day, opened up a tote, and there it was. I was like, oh, huh, must work, otherwise I would have trashed it a long time ago.
I mean, they were pretty decent radios back in the day.
It's got, they wrote 6 meters on it, so it must have 52525 on it. But, you know, it's been sitting in that tote for at least 10 years. And I'm sure whatever frequencies in it don't exist anymore.
They were kind of cool. They did something. Was it the Syntec 2s? Which was the next generation. And they made a vehicle repeater option. And it was basically a handheld that they stripped down into a metal case with a control cable that you plugged into the mobile, and you could hit a button on the control head. So a lot of those, it was a 6 meter, it was a low band mobile, and it usually a UHF vehicle repeater. It was kind of slick how they did it. I think it was a little slicker than how Motorola did it back in the day.
The one I got's got a small head. I saw it a couple months ago. I mean, thinking 4 inches wide, 4, 5, 6 inches deep. It was small. And it had just volume, squelch, place with a microphone plugged in, and then the channel knob.
Oh yeah, they were tiny. I know which one you're talking about. I mean, it fits in the palm of your hand.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, it's about the same size as the microphone, just a little chunkier.
We need to get it back on the real Pro 6 meter repeaters and shit in it. Make it useful, make a garage radio out of it or something. Instead of sitting its life in the box for another 20 more years. You know, back in the day, like that, them damn old Midlands were actually really good.
No, I agree. They were at the time when those were out, they were pretty decent.
I got one here I've used for years. It's the mobile version of that thing. I don't know, 50 watts, volume, squelch, channel, scan, primary, monitor, that's all it's got on it. See, 52, 525, 48, 54, 37, 57, 05. It had all the shit in it. 6 channels or whatever. Still works. It's ugly, but it works. That's where I got the number from. 70050C.
Yeah, I can reprogram that.
This one don't need to be. It's a brother that's just like it, the 100-watt model. Give it to somebody. See here, here's an antenna, his coax, his crap. Put it in your truck. Catch on 525. Back in the day, about 20 years ago, we did that. We're handing out GE Rangers.
Yeah, what was it, the S825 control heads with the big old people buttons on it?
Yeah, those too. They had the 990, but yeah, the 825 was a nice one too. Most durable one was the 550.
Those control heads you could hit with a friggin' hammer. It was like a metal friggin' control head.
Yeah, I gave one to Doug a while ago, and I got one in my garage that I have hooked up to a 6-meter antenna that's got the 550 control head. That's my garage 6-meter rig. Bunch of hodgepodge. Got that and a Ameritrax for 2 meters.
Americrap.
No, Ameritrack I like. That thing kicks ass, except for no alphanumeric. That's what I'm running in my truck. For 6 meters is Ameritrack. I love it.
He's a hard-working Ameritrack man.
It just don't have alphanumeric. You gotta keep a cheat sheet up on the windshield visor so you can remember your channels, you know. Hell, I only got 16 channels. Nothing major, it ain't that hard. And if you remember, the other feature that had was MPL.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
No, I honestly don't remember MP. Remind me what that was.
You could change your PL channel, multiple PLs.
Oh. Yeah. Ah, shit. Yeah. There was a couple company. Yeah, because that was back in the day where I never understood when they first came out with PL. They could only do like, what, 3 PLs or something? Like, well, initially they can only do 1. But then they came out and I think you could do like 2 or 3, right?
This one you just program all 32 PLs in, and you just go 1 through 32 on your screen. Just hit MPL and a number comes up.
I guess that was back in the day of community repeaters when those were all the rage.
Yeah, but it's kind of handy to have it when you travel around. You know, someone else got a repeater on that frequency and you got the wrong PL, like when you travel north or whatever. You're like, oh, I got that PL, you know. You go to Massachusetts or something.
Yeah, that's one way.
Oh, they always program that in and everything of that era. That little check. Yeah, like Greylock. There's another 3.7 down in Massachusetts. There's another 05 somewhere, I forgot where. And that's just one of them deals. Don't have to reprogram your radio when you're traveling around. You even still have two channels for your old 2.9 repeater. One's marked north, one's marked south, because someone else had a repeater up in northern Maine on the same frequency.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna get going. I don't know if I'll catch you Thursday on sideband, but if not, I guess I'll probably see you this weekend.
I'll probably be around. Then you go to bed too, 10:30. That kind of crap. What you looking for at the Hamfest? Who knows?
Yeah, one of those kind of I mean, I suppose I don't really have anything I'm looking for, but you know, something pops up. You never know what'll pop up, but I'm not really looking for anything specific.
Well, if you find some more of them triple meters, pick them up for me if they ain't too much.
What do you mean triple meter?
Oh, like the one he's got on his shelf now. He's got the Radio Shack triple meters there, or RCI.
So one does SWR, one does modulation or something, the other one does power, those three?
Yep, 10-4.
That's right, Bob. You bought that for $5 or $10. Remember you cried about it. Did that end up working?
Yes and no. There was a loose wire inside of it, and I fixed it. So like when I got it home, I tested it, and I'm like, oh, it works, cool. And you know how the pickup can disconnect from the back, and there's like gives you like a foot of wire or something. Well, I disconnected the pickup, and it stopped working. I'm like, what the hell? So I took it apart. There was just a broken ground wire on the pickup. I resoldered it. It works fine. It's I'm looking at it right now. Yep. SWR, modulation, power out. Yep. Yeah, it works good.
Yeah, I got one too. On one of my transmitters. Well, there you go. $5, I think it was. $5 or $10. Can't beat it. All right. What's your price range?
Oh, anywhere between 20 and, less. I just got a fetish for them. I like them sitting on top of all the radios, and yeah, I got 3 of them now, but I want more.
So your top dollar's $20.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's in perfect condition, $30, but...
Okay, just need to know that. I don't think they'll go higher than that. That sounds reasonable.
No, they're just my favorite meters. The ones I prefer the best.
My price range is reasonable. That's what I would go for it. So they'll want $20 for it.
Well, I don't need 5 or 6 of them, though. I mean, 2, maybe 3 of them would be fine.
I don't think you'll find that many. You might find 1 or 2. No, that's a long time ago.
Oh, yeah, I know. But, it's what I always run, so it's what I know. And if one goes to hell, I can usually figure it out by testing another one right next to it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It was just a long time ago, man, 70s, 80s. Yeah, good chances one on a table, but you ain't gonna find 5.
No,
All right. Well, anyways, guys, like I said, catch you down the line. Have a good rest of the week. Good talking, everybody.
interesting sound effects. See you later. I'll see you Friday. What else you looking for, Fix It?
Oh, that'll do me. I mean,